In this video, I will show you everything you need to know about the Divi theme builder. Divi theme is a WordPress theme made by Elegant Theme. It is one of the most popular WordPress themes used by website designers. One of the reasons why Divi theme is so widely used is because it has very unique features which distinguishes it from most other WordPress themes out there. Personally, I was using other themes to build websites, but I switched over to Divi in 2019 and I've been designing all my website with Divi theme since then. Divi is the best premium WordPress theme for its price, honestly. If you do your research, you will easily notice it. Divi is also always been updated. For instance, honestly, Divi used to be very slow, but it's currently one of the fastest WordPress theme out there now due to some of the most recent updates done by Elegant Theme. As for mobile responsiveness, honestly, I have never used a better theme to build a website or a mobile website like I do with Divi. Okay, enough of the talk. Today I will show you how to install and activate your Divi theme. I will also show you the basic Divi builder settings that you need to do to get started with Divi, and I will also show you how to build a global header in Divi. So if you're ready, then let's get started. To install Divi, we need to follow the following steps. Number one, we have to purchase Divi theme from Elegant Theme. If you check the link in the description box below this video, you're going to see a link that takes you to this website. That is if you're ready to purchase your Divi. Alright, once you get to this point, you click on join today. Alright, once you get to this point, you scroll down. As you can see here that we have two options. We have the yearly access and we have the lifetime access. If you go for the yearly access, that means you're going to be paying $89 every year. And if you go for the lifetime access, that means you're going to pay only a one-time fee of $249. Of course, this is the best, especially if you're into building numerous websites for people. Once you pay your $249 here, you don't have to pay again, and you can see all the features that it comes with: unlimited website usage, lifetime premium support, lifetime updates, hundreds of website packs, access to Divi, to several other products from Elegant Theme. But if you decide that you want to go for the $89 per year, of course, that's also not bad, but I think that this is the more economical option for you. So you can just decide on any of them, and you can see what we have here. We have a risk-free guarantee. That means you can buy, and for the next 30 days you can test your Divi. If you don't like what you're seeing, you can always ask for a refund, and your money is going to be refunded to you. Okay, so you can always take advantage of that. Okay, so once you're ready, you scroll down and you can sign up with any of the packages that you think is good for you. All right, I already did that for my own, so I don't be doing that again in this video. So just go ahead, follow the directives as you see them on the website, and then you can go ahead and buy your own Divi. All right, once you're done buying your Divi theme, you're going to be given your API code and then your username, and those are the two most important things that you will use when you upload Divi on your website. Okay, so let's go back to our WordPress website, and then we go to the second step, which is to upload Divi, to install and to activate this theme on our website. All right, I'm in my dashboard right now, and the first thing I'm going to be doing right now is that I'm going to be deleting all of these WordPress default themes. I don't need them. I want to use Divi, so I'll do that now. I'm going to delete them. Okay, I'm in my WordPress dashboard right now, and already I have the WordPress default theme activated here, but I don't want to use this. I want to use my Divi, so I will go over to upload my Divi. Now, after buying your Divi, you're going to have access to the theme and then your username and your API key. So I suppose that after you've bought your Divi theme, you would have downloaded your Divi on your computer, and then we can go ahead and upload our Divi theme. So for us to do that, all you need to do is, if you're in your dashboard, you come over to appearance and then you come over to theme and click on theme. Okay, once I'm in my theme option, I come to add new. Then here I'm going to come to upload theme. Then I'll come to choose file. Okay, so I'll go over to my computer and look for where I downloaded my Divi theme from Elegant Theme website. So for me, let me look for mine. Okay, so this is where it is. I'm going to be uploading it, so I'll double click on that. Alright, once it's here, you can see that Divi theme. Then I'm going to install now. Alright, once I click on install now, depending on your internet connection, it's going to take a few seconds to a few minutes to get installed on your website. So I'm going to pause this video and come back once it gets installed. Alright, so my theme has been installed. So the next thing I want to do is to activate it. So I come to this activate tab. I click on that. Okay, so it has been activated now. Congratulations, when you get to this point, your Divi theme is active on your website. So if we go ahead to check up what our website look like, I can visit my site from here, but let me do it from this point here. I'm going to open it up in another tab and see what it looks like. Alright, so this, you can see what our Divi theme looks like on our WordPress website. So it comes with the default header, and this is the header that we're going to be working on in this tutorial. So let's go over to our next task, and that is to do a bit Divi settings. So let's go back to our dashboard. Once you have successfully installed and activated Divi theme, a tab will automatically display on the left pane of your WordPress dashboard, as you can see here. Now over your mouse on the Divi tab. For this basic settings tutorial, we leave the settings in the default mode, but for now we're going to click on the theme option. Let's do that. Alright, right now we're going to leave everything in the default mode. We're going to be talking about some of these functions later, but for now we don't need that. All you want to do is to come to update. Alright, so you're here. What you want to do right now is to type in your username. Remember, that is the username you used when you were buying your Divi theme. You're going to put your username here, and then you're going to copy and paste your API key into this bar. So I'm going to do my own right now. Alright, once I've done that, then I'm going to go ahead and save my changes. So do that. Alright, so my changes has been saved. So once that is done, I'm going to come back to my dashboard. Alright, so congratulations, we have concluded the second task, and then we're going to the third task, which is to design or build our global header in Divi. So let's get over and do that now. How to build global header in Divi. A global header means that the header that we're going to design will appear on all pages of our website. To do that, we will remove the Divi default header that came, with the theme, and we're going to design our own custom header, which will appear uniform on every page of our website. So for this tutorial, we're going to be designing a custom header that looks like this. Alright, so once we finish designing this, it's going to look pretty the same on every page that we want it to appear on our website, and that is what the global header means. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so while we are here in our WordPress dashboard, we want to come to Divi. Okay, from Divi you want to come and click on the theme builder. Okay, so now in our team builder, we want to design our global header. So as we can see here, you're going to come here. I'm going to click on this. Okay, you're going to click on build global header. All right, so you're going to click on build from scratch, start building. All right, so now we are here in our global header layout. So what we want to do right now is, like I said, we're going to be designing a global header that look like this. So if you take a careful look at this, you're going to see that we have our global menu here, and then we have our logo at this other side. Okay, so we're going to be doing exactly the same thing here. Let's go back here. So because of that, we're going to be choosing a row with 2 columns. One column will be for our logo, which will be our image, and then the second column will be for our menu. So let's pick one here that suits what we want to achieve. Okay, so I will be going for this. All right, okay, let me go for this. All right, let me go for this 2 column here. Okay, so once we have that here, we're going to, first of all, let's upload our logo just as we have here. Okay, so I designed this logo on Canva. All right, so you can design your logo on Canva if you don't have a logo yet, and if you have one, just go ahead and upload your logo. So for me to upload my logo, I'm going to search for image here. I'm going to click on image. Okay, I'm going to click on this horizontal box. All right, so I will be choosing an image from my computer. Okay, so I'm going to be selecting file. I'll go to where my image is saved on my computer. Let me search for it. All right, so this is my logo here, so I'm going to be clicking that. Okay, I'm going to be uploading this. All right, so once that is uploaded, I'm going to uploading an image. All right, I'm going to click on save. Okay, so you can see that that has been saved here. All right, so the next thing I want to do is to add my menu just as we have here. Okay, so I'm going to click on my module here again, and then I'm going to search for menu. Okay, I'm going to click on that and wait for my menu to load. All right, so you can see that this is the default menu that we have. We've not configured our customized menu because we don't have pages on this new website. So this is just the default menu. Later you can go ahead and change it once you have pages designed on your website. Okay, so but for now, let's use this for the purpose of what we want to do. Let me save it. So you can see that we have this already here. Let's go ahead and check what we're trying to do. Okay, so you can see for this, I will want my menu to be aligned more to the left, to the right hand side of my header, while the logo should be aligned more to the left side of my header. So let's go ahead and fix that now. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come to my menu here. I'm going to click on the settings button. What I want to do, I want to shift a little bit to the right. So what I will do right now is that I'm going to come to design. I'm going to come to layout, and I'm going to align centered. Okay, so once I align it to the center, you see that to shift a little bit more to the right hand side. Okay, and peradventure, if you still want your menu to shift more to the right, because if you check this blog here, you can see that it's shifted really more to the right here. Okay, so if I want to do that, okay, all I will just do is I'll still come back here. I'll still come to my design. I will come scroll down to spacing. Okay, then I'll come to my margin here and I will shift it. All right, you can see what I'm doing here. All right, I can keep shifting, and if I like, I can use my VW. Let's make it for instance, let's say 40 VW. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's shift it. Alright, so I think the VW works better with this, so you can see that it has shifted really to my right hand side. It depends on what you want. If you want it to be a little bit more centralized, all you need to do is just to keep manipulating your margin. Okay, so let me save that again. Alright, so I have something that looks a little bit like what I have here. Okay, let's go back to our menu. Alright, so let's come to our logo. I also want my logo to shift. You can see here I want to shift to the top. So what I would do is that if you place your arrow on your section settings, you will see the space that we have here. So I'm going to reduce this space. Okay, you can see what I'm doing here. I'm reducing the space. All right, so I think this is okay. So if I still want my logo to shift to the left, okay, so I can still do that. All I need to do is to come to the menu here, click on the settings. I'm going to come to design. Okay, let me shift it to this side so I can see what we are doing. I'll come to spacing again for the image. Come to spacing again. Okay, so in my spacing, I'm going to come to this left because I want it to shift. As you can see here, I want to shift to the left. So I'll come here. Let's start from 0 VW. Okay, so I'm going to manipulate my VW. You can see what I'm having here. Alright, so I think I'm okay with that. Let me save that again. Alright, but I still want my logo to move upward a little bit more, so I'll still come back to my settings here. Okay, I'll come back to my design. Let's go back to our spacing. Okay, let's come to the top here. Let's give it 0 VW and manipulate it from there. Okay, you can just use this radio button here so you can see what we have in here. All right, I think I'm okay with what I have here, so let's leave it at -2 VW. Let's save that again so you can see what we have here. All right, so the next thing I want to do, once again, I will still prefer my menu to shift to the top a little bit more, so I'll do the same here. I'll come here, let's shift this. I'll come to design. I'll come back to my spacing. I come to the top. Let me give it 0 VW. Okay, and let me manipulate from here. Oh, sorry. Okay, let me use my radio button here. Okay, I think that is okay. So I'm going to save that. Okay, I think this is looking okay for me. All right, so okay, so the next thing I might want to do is just to work on my fonts, the font size, the font type, and the color. Okay, so if you want to do that, it's easy. All you need to do is to come back to your module setting here again. This time around we are going to design again. This time we are going to menu test. Okay, so we want to work on our menu active link color. Let me just choose this. You can always choose any color that you prefer. Let me just go for Roboto. Okay, so I'm going to use Roboto here for my menu. Let's scroll down, menu font weight. I'm going to use medium. We scroll down, menu test color. What color do I want? Let's check what we have here. So you can see here that we have a dark color here. So let's come back here. Let's just use something like this. Okay, for that, let's talk about our menu size, menu test size. Obviously you can see that 14 is looking too small. Okay, but at this point now we want to start considering our mobile settings. Okay, so we want our design to look good both on mobile and on desktop. Okay, so now on desktop for 14 is looking too small, so what I will do is that to have a different kind of setting both for my mobile and for my desktop, all I need to do is to hover my mouse on the text menu side. You can see here that we have a question mark, we have a something that looks like a phone here. So what I'll do is I'm going to click on this thing that looks like a phone. Once I do that, it's going to give me the three options. This is for desktop, this is for tablet, and this is for the phone. Okay, so I'm going to click on desktop. So everything I do on desktop will not affect the tablet, and it will not affect the phone. It will only affect the desktop. Okay, so here at 14, which is looking too small, I'm going to increase it to, let's say, 19, 20. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at 20. I think that is okay for now. On my tablet, okay, so you can see once I click on my tablet, you can see that the tablet view is what we have now. Okay, so my tablet, I'm going to give it, I think I'm going to leave it at 20. Let's see. Okay, so you can see on the tablet the hamburger icon is what we have here. So when you check this, okay, let's check the tablet view here. Okay, let's come over here. Okay, so you can see that on the tablet it is the hamburger menu that we are seeing. Okay, and the same applies to the phone also. Okay, so you can see that applies on the phone, and then when we get to our system, you can see that we begin to have our menu text. Okay, so that is the same thing we're going to be having here. So I think here for 20, let me just reduce it and make it 19. Okay, I think it looks okay for me here. So I'm going to leave that at 18. Then for the phone, you can see I'm clicking on the phone. So when you check on the phone again, you can, okay, on phone we have it at 18. Let me make
design header will appear on all your pages.
Okay, I think 17 just looks okay for phone. Okay, so I think I'm okay with
Try
that.
this on your website.
All right,
you can always drop
so
your
let's save that
in the comment section if you've got
okay
any.
So
please
we are building our header in it. Let's go back and let's check what we have here
again. Help other people who need this tutorial. Thank you.
Alright, so let's view this header in mobile settings. You can also do that by clicking on these three dots. Once you click on these three dots, it brings these options to you. You can see here that we have the desktop view, we have the tablet view, and then the mobile view. So if you click on the mobile view, it is always very important that we perfect our mobile view, because most of our website visitors are going to be using their phones. Okay, so it is very important that we work on our mobile view. So you can see here, you can see that our hamburger menu here is not looking centralized, and it's not looking nice at all. Okay, so let's work on that and try to centralize this. So let's come to this, and before we centralize it, I also want to change the color of my hamburger from what it looks like to this orange color here. So let's go back to our module settings. Let's click on that. Okay, once we click on that, you can see the brush icon here. Click on the brush icon. Okay, so once you click on the brush icon, it takes you here automatically. So what we are trying to target here is our hamburger menu icon color. Okay, so let me just use this color for the sake of this tutorial. So you can see that the color has changed, and the next thing I want to do is I want to increase the size of my hamburger menu. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down until I see the hamburger menu icon font size. Okay, so I'm going to increase it. Remember, we are working on our phone. I'm going to increase it. Okay, I think 45. Let me just leave it at 45. Okay, at 45 it looks quite okay. All right, so the next thing I want to do now is to centralize this hamburger menu. So what I would do is to come down to the sizing. You can see what we have here to sizing. Okay, so I click on the drop down arrow. Okay, so I come to module alignment and I click on this centralize. Okay, so you can see that it has been centralized. Okay, so the next thing I want to do again is that I want to shift it a little bit to the top so that it can be closer to my logo. Okay, so for me to do that, all I need to do is to scroll down and come to spacing once again. Okay, once I get to spacing, Okay, sorry, I'll come to my margin here. Okay, you can see on my margin automatically it was at -1 VW, so I will just reduce the spacing. Sorry, I'll make it minus, so you can see okay, so let's leave it at -6 VW. I think this looks okay. Or let me, okay, that's okay for now. Okay, so let's see what it's going to look like on our tablet. Okay, you can see that on our tablet it's still looking very small. So what I would do again is that I'm going to click on the brush icon and it automatically bring me here. So I scroll down once again, I come to hamburger font size, just as we have here, and then for tablet I'm going to increase it a little bit more. Okay, I think this looks okay at this point. Okay, so what I would do once again, I want to shift the hamburger icon a little bit downward, yeah. Okay, so for me to do that, I'll scroll down and come to spacing. Okay, I come to margin and then I reduce it. Okay, so you can see. Okay, let's leave it here. Okay, so I think that is okay, and I'm sure it has been centralized. Let's be sure about that. Okay, so you can see it's centralized. Okay, so let's save that once again. All right, so let's put it at default tablet view. So I think I will want my own logo to be centralized instead of moving towards the left side of my screen. Okay, so that it is only when it is at desktop that it's going to be at the extreme left. When I'm on tablet, so I want it to be at the center, and if I'm on mobile, I also want it to be at the center. If you look at the example that we are trying to mimic here, let's check up the mobile view. All right, so if we check our mobile view from here, okay, you can see that once we get our mobile view, you can see that we have it centralized. Okay, so that is what we are trying to achieve here also. But as you can see here, when we check our mobile view, it is not centralized yet. So let's make that happen right now. So let's come back to our module setting again. All right, let's come to our design and let's come to sizing. Okay, let's check it up on sizing. Okay, so you can see that it's moving, it has moved towards this center. But if you still want it to be a little bit more centralized than what we have here, we can still work on that. So what you need to do is to still make sure that you are in your design tab. Let's go down. Okay, let's come down to padding. Okay, let's come down to our padding. Let's come to our left and right padding here. Okay, so let's have our 0 VW here, and let's manipulate that and see what is going to happen. Okay, so you can see, let's increase it a little bit more. All right, I think this looks okay for me, so I think this is okay for me. Okay, but once again, I will still want my hamburger icon to shift a little bit to the top. All right, so for me to do that, let's save what we have here already. All right, let's save the general settings. Please, anytime you're working from here, you're always making sure that you save this so that you don't lose your settings. Okay, so let's come back to our hamburger menu. Let's come back to our module settings. Let's click on our brush icon again. We want to shift it a little bit forward, so let's come down to our spacing. Okay, let's increase it a little bit. So okay, I think at -7 we are good to go. All right, so let's save that. Okay, so you can see that our header is looking good. Okay, so you can see from here that we still have a lot of space here. we want to reduce this spacing, as you can see here. So all you need to do is to place your arrow on the section setting and just drag forward a little bit, upward, sorry, you drag upward, okay. I think that is looking good. That's what we'll have on our mobile. Let's check our tablet. All right, okay, our tablet is still not centralized, so let's go ahead and do the same for our tablet. Okay, so let's come back to our logo. Let's click on our settings. Let's go to design. Let's come to alignment. Let's put it at the center. All right, so but if you still want to shift it either to the left or to the right, always remember that you can come over to your spacing. Okay, you can come over to your spacing, and from here you can manipulate whatever you want to manipulate from your left and right, and you can also do the same on your padding. Okay, but I think I'm just okay with what I have here. All right, so let's save that again, and let's save this again. So I think I'm okay with what I have here. So let's look at it again on the deck. So this is our mobile view. Okay, let's check it up on our tablet view. All right, this is good, and let's check it up on our desktop view. All right, so you can see that. Okay, so this gives us an example of a global header. So you can see when we check what we have here, let me close this, you will see that it's exactly gives us the kind of thing we have here, except that we can decide to add this shopping cart icon, which we can always add if we want to. Okay, and we can always leave it if we don't want to. If we want to add it, all we need to do is to come down to icons, okay, and begin to set up our shopping cart. This is our search icon, and then this is the hamburger icon. Okay, so that is what this looks like. Okay, so you can work on this, change the colors, change your active link colors, change your size, change your font type until it suits the kind of header that you want. But for me, I think I'm okay with what I have here. So once you're okay with your header, all you need to do is to click on the save here, and then you save it here. Okay, all right, once you save that, you can close it here, and then you come to save changes and save it up again. All right, so now you can see that our global header has been set.
So this customly designed header will appear on all your pages and posts, except if you decide to exclude specific pages from displaying it. Try this on your website, and you can always drop your questions for me in the comment section if you've got any. Please subscribe to this channel to support me, and like this video if you think it will help other people who need this tutorial. Thank you.